Good morning. This is KELOLAND on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your weekend. We also have your Boredom Busters coming up, but first, our top story. Hundreds of people gathered in Sioux Falls Friday to honor the life of former U.S. Senator Tim Johnson. His funeral took place at Our Savior's Lutheran Church. His longtime colleague in Congress, former Senate Majority Leader Tom Daschle, spoke during the service, reflecting upon Johnson's character and his commitment to South Dakota.
Tim wasn't just a public servant and a very special friend of mine for over 40 years. He was an exemplary human being.
77-year-old Johnson died last week from complications of a stroke. Prominent South Dakota politicians set aside their political differences to honor Johnson. Those attending his funeral included both Democrats and Republicans. John Thune lost a fiercely contested campaign against Johnson in the race for Senate in 2022.
We've had our political differences through the years, and certainly Senator Johnson and I did at times, but when it came to issues that are important to South Dakota, we found ways to find common ground, to work together.
Thune says South Dakotans look beyond party affiliations and come together like family to support all those who grieve Johnson's death. A woman from Brandon has found strength and support from a fishing group while battling cancer. Casting for Recovery is a nationwide organization that hosts annual fly fishing retreats for women with breast cancer.
I truly loved it. It was healing, it was empowering, it was just a weekend of being in nature and being outside and connecting with other women who have had breast cancer. So any woman can apply to get on the retreat if they've had a breast cancer diagnosis. It doesn't matter if it was stage 0 or if they're stage 4.
Casting for Recovery held its annual retreat earlier this month. To learn more about the organization and how you can sign up for next year's trip, go to this story on KELOLAND.com. Thousands of hunters are flocking to South Dakota for today's traditional pheasant season opener. Hunters from every corner of the country arrived at the Sioux Falls Regional Airport Friday before scattering to all 66 counties across the state. Dan Stout is a pheasant hunter from Michigan. His crew is headed to Gregory.
Here this weekend to do a little pheasant hunting and have some camaraderie with some great friends and my family. Son, grandson, grandfather. Great weekend.
More and more we see families coming, grandpas bringing grandchildren. It's all about the traditions, the culture, and sharing the state.
Pheasant season starts today and runs through January 31st. Shooting hours are 10 a.m. to sunset all season long. Let's take a first look at the forecast now. Meteorologist Adam Rutt in the Storm Center. Good morning, Adam.
Good morning, Perry, and good morning, everybody. We had a little bit of rain overnight. Not much, but enough to count as measurable rainfall in some areas for the first time in just about a month. Sioux Falls was one of those locations. We're at 50 right now with not much of a breeze to speak of. Aberdeen also getting in on some rain for the first time in just about a month. They're at 48 up in northeastern South Dakota with some low-hanging clouds and even a little bit of fog in a couple of areas up to the northeast. Out in Pierre, we're at 47. Again, a calm start to the day out toward the capital, but a chilly start out in Rapid City, at least closer to average. 38 with a light easterly wind at 5 miles per hour. And this is what I'm talking about. We actually have rain in the rain gauge for the first time since late September in many locations. Enough to count in Sioux Falls and Mitchell, a couple of hundredths up toward Aberdeen, as well as Sisseton. We're sitting in the 30s out in western South Dakota with a few 40s out there in Phillip as well as Pine Ridge, but 40s and 50s already to the east and southeast, or if you're in Worthington and Spencer, you're on either side of 60. We do have a decent bit of warmth to talk about in the 7-day forecast, but fall tries to make an appearance. We'll talk about that coming up.
All right, thank you very much, Adam. Enjoy a weekend shopping spree at the KELOLAND Living Arts and Crafts Show. Area vendors have booths set up for customers to check out. One shopper we talked with on Friday says it's worth the visit, even if you don't end up buying anything.
I tend towards like the kids stuff, but a lot of the vendors here have a lot of the fun like housewares and like jewelry, and yeah, I bought a couple things.
The KELOLAND Living Arts and Crafts Show is taking place at the Ramkota Exhibit Hall in Sioux Falls from 9 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Admission is $5, $1 off with a donation of newly or gently used women's shoes for Dress for Success. Children 12 and under are free. There will be prize package giveaways every hour with a grand prize at the end of the day. Zubu at the Great Plains Zoo in Sioux Falls includes trick-or-treating amid hundreds of painted and carved pumpkins. Zubu hours are 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. through Sunday. A sensory-friendly hour starts at 9 a.m. Dakota Dachshund Rescue is hosting a trunk or treat at Roxy & Company Pet Supply Store in Sioux Falls from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Activities include a costume parade at 1 o'clock. All pets are welcome. There will also be a corn maze and musical chairs for dogs. Adoptable dogs will be on site. The J.C. Fairgrounds Haunted House is welcoming visitors up for a good scare at the W.H. Lyon Fairgrounds. This year's theme is Asylum at the Fairgrounds. The hours are 7 to 11:30 p.m. Tickets are $12 to $17. You can order tickets online to save $5. Friday night at the Creepy Cage, Fright Night rather, at the Creepy Cage is an outdoor haunted house at Sioux Falls Stadium. The hours are 7 to 10 p.m. with a kid-friendly experience before 8 p.m. Tickets are $17 for adults, $12 for children, and you can save $2 by purchasing tickets online. Adam?
Well, there are those little showers that we saw in southeastern KELOLAND earlier this morning. They're basically raining themselves out as they move through the area and now give way to a mainly quiet weekend overall. It will be a more seasonable day today, though still technically above average. But then we get ready for more warmth to come around as we head towards Sunday. Beyond that, though, high pressure is going to be what builds in and keeps us pretty quiet for a while. Not just for the weekend, but even into the start of next week. So here we go through Futurecast. Now, I mentioned we start next week on a quiet note. It's not to say it's completely going to stay that way. Watch what happens as we go into Monday afternoon and Monday evening. We get a little trough axis to try and kick a couple of isolated showers into central, southern, and southeastern portions of KELOLAND as the first of two cold fronts makes its move on Tuesday. This primary one mainly dry. It's the secondary boundary that comes around for Wednesday that tries to usher in some cooler temperatures and a better chance for rain. But overall, the trend is going to be warm, especially Sunday. We're going to be talking about highs in the 70s and even into the low 80s in a couple of areas before we try and back off a little bit by the middle of the week, only to remain near to above average headed toward next weekend. We're above average today, with temperatures in the 60s to around 70. Any lingering showers will be long gone by the afternoon. 40s to low 50s in general for lows tonight, but take a look at tomorrow. 70s East River, either side of 80. The farther east and southeast you go, 70s rather, are going to be West River this time around, but it's also going to be breezy at times. Keep that in mind with any outdoor plans. The rest of your 7-day forecast overall, not bad. It's also not going to feel like fall outside of Wednesday, where we have that chance for rain in place overnight Tuesday into Wednesday morning for Sioux Falls. The morning rain for Saturday will be gone by the mid part of the morning. In Aberdeen, dry through at least Tuesday by day, 65 today, 70s Sunday through Tuesday, and a few showers possible by Wednesday. In Pierre, 69 degrees today, near 80 tomorrow. At the 80-degree mark for Monday with a couple of evening showers and a slightly better chance for rain by Wednesday as we back off to 60. Last but not least, in Rapid City, 70 today, 73 tomorrow and Monday. Tuesday night into Wednesday, your chance for rain as you stay in the mid-60s. Then you dry out for the end of next week. Have a great day, everybody. For more on your local news, weather, and sports, you can always head on over to KELOLAND.com.